So I was on Hulu this week and I watched the Point Break remake and, well, it inspired this video. So like I said, a couple days ago I watched the Point Break remake and I remember being kind of dumb but filled with enough extreme sports action to keep you engaged. And upon rewatch, I was wrong. It's brutal. But it got me wondering, why is this such a common trend? Why are there so many terrible remakes? And the answer to this question is actually really simple. It's the reason movies are made in the first place. Money. Remakes with a solid name attached to them pretty much ensure that the seats are going to be full opening weekend. I mean, it's really easy bait. Take Point Break, for example. It shares the same name as a classic movie that a lot of people like. Combine that with a trailer that shows some crazy, over-the-top extreme sports action, and you're pretty much guaranteed to make money. Remakes are essentially spoiled rich kids of their hardworking, successful parents. The original Point Break did all the hard work, took all the risk, whereas the remake just piggybacks off the original film's success. Now, just like with other successful parents and their children, sometimes the child puts in the work to make something great. For example, the Italian Job remake. It was a great movie that took the name and story of the original and capitalized on it with a modern twist. But unfortunately, more often than not, remakes are just effortless cash grabs. And while every movie is made with the intention of making money, cash grab movies are made with absolutely no intention of making a coherent movie. The studios just simply want the cash. And studios are guilty of this in many respects with its crappy remakes, sequels that no one asked for, and frankly a lot of horror movies. Horror movies can be made extremely cheap, and that's why there's so many bad ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing the movie studios here. Frankly, the root of the problem is people like me, because I pay to see bad remakes or unneeded sequels. And unfortunately, I think a lot of us are suckers for remakes and bad sequels because it's kind of a comfort food. Like the Taken sequels. I remember watching the Taken 2 trailer thinking, this looks pretty dumb, looks like a dumb sequel. But because I liked the first one, $10 later, I'm this sucker who's sitting in the theater. And this brings me to the kinds of remakes that I'd like to see. I want to see remakes of bad movies with interesting concepts. And a lot of horror movies do fall into this category as well. I think a lot of horror movies have interesting concepts, but unfortunately are just executed terribly. In addition to horror movies, I think that the movie In Time actually had a very interesting concept, but its execution just sucked. Or the Jet Li movie, The One. It also had a very interesting idea, but it was just executed horribly. Now, will this ever happen? Probably not. Quite frankly, it's just hard to convince people to pay to watch a remake of a crappy movie. But you know, everyone but me at this point has forgotten about movies like In Time and The One, so at this point, maybe they should start remaking those too. Look, the moral of the story here is take remakes with a grain of salt, because it seems like for every 5 bad ones, there's like 1 good one. And if a remake is coming out, come on over to my channel and I'll probably have a review up and let you know what I think of it. But thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself updated on future content. I had a blast making this video, and I'm really curious to see what you guys think of it. I have a lot of other topics I'd be interested in covering, so if y'all liked this video, stay tuned for more.